right, so we're on our way to see our friends at Nordic Yarns.
Jerry, Tina, and Chris.
And Barb is driving.
Yeah.
Eyes on the road.
Oh, okay.
Eyes on the road. Stop knitting right now.
Yes. Okay, hi. So today we're at Nordic Yarns. It's in BC. We came to visit Jerry and Chris and Tina. And we're going to do just a short little video of their warehouse and show you what it's all about.
All right, Barb, so we're looking at a display cabinet here, and I want you to tell me which yarns we already have in the store.
Oh my gosh, that's a tough one. But okay, I'll try. Let's see, we have this one.
That's County.
Yep, that's a beautiful one. I love that. We have some Zelana. We have Rimu. Okay, this looks like it right here. Yeah, in fact, this color, Cynthia, this might be my next sweater. Okay, and there's this company sells us drops, Garn Studio drops, which we carry a lot of. We have the mini alpaca, we have the merino. We carry this one, drops alpaca. Oh, here's drops lace.
Right, we haven't had that one for a little while.
Right, we need to restock on that for sure. Don't say that too loud because Jerry will pull out his order sheet. Faybelle print. We have that. Oh, this is a great seller in our store. This is Charisma. And let's see if we can find Nepal.
The Gelsik? Yeah. No, the Gelsik is
Was that footed scrum you pulled out?
No, this was
so the tweed is 25 stitches. Oh, the retail. Sorry, I thought
chewy.
Yeah.
Apologies. 10.95.
There's so many yarns, so little time, right?
Right. What have you got there, Barb?
Check this out. This is County. It looks like roving.
Ooh.
Did we order this, Jerry? We should.
Maybe you left a little bit early.
It might still be in that big box in our warehouse. Our warehouse guy has had 4 days off, so he's probably unpacking this as we speak.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a little bit of confusion because
Tell us about this one.
it's like Connie. It has that graduated coloring.
The really long stripy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this comes, when they get it, you're going to have to sell it by weight because each cake is going to be a different weight.
Oh, neat.
So they do that so they have that graduated look.
Right. So this has about 5 colors in it, and it goes back to
The rainbow
purple
colors,
in the middle.
yes.
Yeah. And so this is kind of like a wool roving, or
It's a wool
thing
roving.
they call it pencil?
Yeah, pencil, yes.
Felts probably very nicely.
Yes, it will. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The colors are fantastic.
Lovely. Well, I'm so excited to be able to get that, Cynthia. We're going to have that out in the shelves real soon.
About 2,500.
2,500 square feet. And you have yarn up top, too.
Yes.
Holy. So how's it organized?
By yarn. And then each box has its own colors. Like here's the Nepal.
Oh, so this is Nepal. This is the one that we have in our shop. And
That is correct.
this one sells really, really well. Wow. So this is all Nepal, this whole section?
Just this section right here.
Wow. And that's all the color numbers. Okay, so, it's kind of like our shelf, only our shelf's a little smaller.
It's a little bit smaller, yes. These are boxes we got originally when we started with a company in Sweden. They delivered these boxes like this, and they had a flap that was tucked in. So when you received it, you cut off the flap, and then you have your portable, handy shelving.
Yeah.
It's very thick.
Wow.
Some of them sort of wowed. When we moved in here in December, it was raining, wet.
Yeah.
We had no power, no heat. And these boxes were just sitting here getting rounder and rounder. So we had to spend about a whole week of getting the moisture out.
Yeah.
And
so is this a fair...
is when you call in and you want us to set aside, this is where it ends, and it's tagged. So we're holding different yarns and different dye lots for customers.
For
like yourself.
customers.
Yes.
Oh, neat. Wow. Okay. Some patterning.
So if we have work in Vancouver and we're in the Isles, we'll be okay because we'll have this nice wool keeping us nice and soft. So we'll have no problems, nothing heavy to fall on us. So they're different rows. We got them stacked as high as we can go.
And you need ladders to get up there, obviously, and
Yes.
and pull bags out.
This is the maximum we can go because Tina can't reach to the end. So we can't go any further because Tina, it's okay for Chris and I, but Tina can't go all the way in, and otherwise she has to get an extra step or a telephone book on we can stand on.
Oh, and introduce this guy to us again, Jerry.
This is
Spike.
Spike.
Hi, Spike. Hi, Spike.
Spike likes to lick my ankles.
I usually have to take a shower after I meet somebody for the first time.
Okay.
This is how we stack them. This is the Gelsk.
Okay, so this is the new yarn that came
Yes,
from
yeah.
Denmark, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that company. How did you find out about them?
Well, actually, one of our customers, Beehive, was they were trying to get it out of the United States, but they couldn't make arrangements with them, and they contacted us, and we contacted Denmark, and
next thing
this
you know...
response has been fantastic.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. It's nice yarns. I think everybody likes the labeling.
Yes. Isn't it fun?
It catches your attention.
You know, Cynthia and I were in Copenhagen
Yes.
in 2006 or 2007, something like that. And we found this
You did?
yarn then.
Oh.
Yeah, and we actually went to a store. I think it was called
Sommerfuglen.
Sommerfuglen. Doesn't she have a nice accent?
Yes, she does.
We found that shop, and there was somebody there who was selling kits. I still have two. A little elf hat kit, and
Yeah, Sommerfuglen was selling kits, and the designer was there. So yeah.
And was that her name, the designer?
No. I have to look it up again. But
Yeah.
she was using the yarn.
Using this yarn, yeah. And that's where we were introduced to it. So when I found out that you were bringing it in, we brought in the wool cotton, and the tweed. And there's quite a range, right, Jerry, in the tweed colors? There's
Yes.
there must be about 25 or 30 colors, I would say. 41 colors. Wow. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so now I think we need to do a little shopping, Cynthia, because you and I have to get a sweater made before our Knit for Fun retreat in November. So
that's right. So we'll take a little break here.
Okay.
So we're in the back warehouse, and we're looking at a really chunky, beautiful yarn by Punta called Fuego.
Look at this. This teal. I mean, it's just so pretty. This is probably crunching and making all sorts of noise, but what a pretty color. The kind of tone on tone. Lovely.
And so this fits into the super bulky range of the yarn spectrum, right?
Right.
What size needles would we be using on this one?
I'd say at least a 10 to a 12 mil. And, you know, like one skein is perfect for a hat, or a couple could do a really, really chunky scarf.
Or you could double strand it and make a big blanket.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, for those big blanket fans.
So you're thinking we should order in some colors for Christmas?
Yeah. Maybe just a few.
Okay, so we're heading out. Oh, can't see you there because you're in front of the window, and we're saying goodbye to Jerry. And we've got a big bag full of yarn.
This is just my yarn. This is just my yarn. Where's yours?
So thanks, Jerry, for enabling us today.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
We've had a wonderful time. And,
we have.
And it's just so nice to be here with such great weather and great company.
Perfect, yeah. Thank you. All right, we'll see you again. All right. Where are we, Barb?
Okay, today we're at Woollen Wicker, and it's in Stevenston. And it's the most beautiful place in all of Vancouver, I swear. They're right by the ocean. We're at Woollen Wicker, which is the most charming shop ever. And we're visiting with Diane and Dennis and Monique, the owners.
Hi, Monique.
Hi.
Hi, Diane.
Hi.
Hi, Dennis.
Hello. And look what we got here.
Yes. So as soon as we walked in, Dennis was telling us about concentric, because Diane knit up this awesome vest in it.
It's from Plucky Knitter.
Right.
This is the pattern.
And the pattern's
It's called Omina.
Right.
And it's like a vest with a little kind of racer back. It's so cute.
And it's done out of this really cool 100% alpaca yarn, which Dennis says we have to carry at River City
absolutely.
Yarns. Yes.
Look at this. You use 4 strands of it.
Right. And then
look at the colors.
Those strands change over time, so they'll replace one strand of this color with one strand of that color, and then 2 strands, and then so it gradually changes into the color that's on the outside of the ball. And here, Diane's just grabbing this really cool vest. So tell us about the vest, Diane.
Okay, it's really easy. It's beginner easy. You just make this little panel here for your back.
Yeah.
And then you pick up the stitches at the top and then add stitches on your needle for the rest of it, and then pick up stitches at the bottom and add stitches again for the rest of it, and then you're just knitting in the round on your circular needles, going 4 knit or
4
3
rows
knit,
of knitting and
3 knit 3 purl.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, we won't reveal too much of the pattern because we want you to buy the pattern from Plucky Knitter. But the idea is that you can use one ball of concentric.
You would have used one of these.
To make the entire vest. And or if you want to make a bigger version, because I tried this on and it was a little bit, you know, I think I might want a few more rows. So you could use 2 balls. No problem at all. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun if you went, you know, from the inside out and then the outside back in?
Yes.
And you could have, you know, a striping effect.
Right. For sure. And then Diane was showing us, and you were thinking about maybe doing it in big disc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we have a little bit of this left.
Right.
I wonder, do you think this would work?
Well, this patches. You know how it works, don't you? You know what it looks like knitted?
I do.
Yeah.
Cynthia did a little baby sweater out of it,
Yeah,
but I was
it's
wondering
so cool.
if you think this would work as about the same gauge as for these.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So Diane's point is just that you won't get gradient colors.
Right.
You'll get more of the wood grain effect and the pooling with big disc. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Now, Diane, you were showing us another project that you're working on with yak. Who's making the yak yarn?
This is Zitron's yak.
Okay.
It comes in gorgeous colors.
And Zitron is another German company, right?
Jawohl.
Yeah. Jawohl. Right.
Yeah, and this is 1920.
1920 is the name of the yarn. Is it 100% yak or a yak blend?
Yak and 16 micron merino.
Wow.
70% merino extra fine. Tasmanian wool.
Ooh, sweet. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
So this feels so soft.
It's really
and
squishy.
cushy.
Yeah.
It's like cashmere.
Yeah.
You know, and I love the fact that, you know, they're solid colors. You know, because sometimes, I mean, I love the fact that you can get these hand painted effects, but sometimes you want something that's just a little bit more neutral, right? And the same color all the way through.
Yeah.
So how many colors does this come in?
Oh, we're looking back at Dennis now. Oh,
Yeah.
He's got to consult the
10.
sheet.
We're in
We should explain. We're in the back room. This isn't the shop
I
front.
know.
Yeah. Oh, and the phone's ringing now.
Yeah. And then Cynthia, just take a pan. Look at all
I
of
know.
these addies.
Monique is filling a box with addies and yarn, and it's on its way somewhere special. What a big job, Monique. Oh, man. Yeah,
All right.
organization.
So what do you think? I think we need this color and this color and this
You're
color.
going for the
That
neutrals.
one. It's the only one left.
That's the
my
only one
favorite.
left. Oh, and
Well, for
Monique,
now.
Monique likes it. Yeah.
I bet you she can get us more though.
Yeah, she probably
She's
can.
our yarn pusher.
Oh,
Lovely.
man.
Tomorrow.
There's 18 colors in
18 colors of the
18,
yak. Okay.
it. That's my shade.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Okay.
Gorgeous.
All right, so I'm going to turn this off while we do a little bit of shopping.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Okay, so here we are in the retail section of Wool and Wicker, not in the back anymore. And Barb has been plying the Zauberball.
Well, we don't have this color. I've never seen some of these shades. Diane tells me these are one-of-a-kind shades.
Oh.
Mr. Schoppel does this, comes out with his own kind of unique colorways. Look at this. If this isn't Halloween, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
This is like orange.
I don't think this room
coral
for a drop
brown. And
so
then,
this is Zauberball 100. What is it? What's it made out of?
It's kind of like a single, almost. There's 420 meters.
Okay.
On a 100-gram ball.
Right.
And it's you have to hand wash it, so it's not super wash.
Right. Not a sock yarn.
It's not really a sock yarn.
No.
I think you'd use it for shawls, but really long gradient colorways.
Right.
And it's merino.
Yeah.
You start balls from the outside.
Right.
And work in.
Surprise.
Surprise. And then look at this, Cynthia. This one's your color.
Those are very rich jewel tones. Yeah.
I think that is
Yeah.
one.
Wow.
Wow.
Where's the knit?
Okay, and then this one's in a bag, so you can't. But look,
purple and green.
purple and green.
That's nice. It's nice to see them in the bag like that because you get a better idea of how the colors, what colors are in the ball.
And look at teal with kind of a brick orange color.
And this looks like a crazy combination.
Yes.
With the kind of barber pole.
It does.
Marl. I'm just going to do a
So what was I
quick
looking
peek
at?
around
I
here.
was looking at row 13. It's supposed to be.
Wow.
It's almost like we either on 13 or 11. Is that what it is?
Diane's busy here doing a
Teaching
tutorial trying to
classes.
find the missing stitch.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
all these samples.
That is always a story. To find the mistake.
That's right.
The eye sees it, but
You see the change in the pattern, but it's hard to tell where the mistake actually is. Yeah.
Check this out, Cynthia. This
Yeah,
is from the Building
especially
Blocks
in
Yes.
lace.
magazine.
That's what these guys are working on right now.
And
Yeah.
this yarn feels amazing.
That's the Simply Worsted.
It's simply
Oh.
worsted.
Yeah.
By
So it's the
Haiku.
same content
This is
as
the one I'm
Simplicity,
doing.
but
Yeah, this
Beautiful.
is exactly that.
Are you
design.
using the same yarn too?
No, I'm using it this
A
yarn
different
here.
one.
she's using the Rowan Pure Wool Worsted.
The
Oh,
one-
I
the
love
one
that
there.
one. Yes, it's got such nice memory to it.
Mhm.
Look at
Picking up
this.
some great finds.
This
That looks like
yeah.
Paulino, doesn't
it
it?
is a little
Yeah.
shawl.
That's really
Diane has so many samples here.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
all the work she's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how pretty this
That's
is.
really cute.
Looks like
So the
weaving.
pattern's behind it, I think, Barb.
Mm-hmm. Polarity.
Oh, that's the one that she was telling us about. That other shawl in the back is done in that one as well.
Right. The one
Yeah.
that is the
the-
autumn colors.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take a picture of that one too.
Fun project, hey?
Yeah. All the color here. You can hear Monique in the back taping up boxes to go out because Woollen Wicker is also a distributor of
Skacel, Zauberball, and Addy products.
right, yeah. So this is where we come to get our Addy fix. And books. Oh, here's Itty Bitty Hats by Susan B. Anderson.
Oh, here's the
The
yak.
yak yarn that we just ordered.
We may have a few colors of this coming to Edmonton.
Mhm.
Look at this gray.
That's so pretty. And we were just saying, how it has kind of a lavender tone to it.
Yeah.
And a very squishable yarn. Yeah. Tasmanian wool and yak. So nice.
Soft. What were you saying about Susan?
Susan B. Anderson, Itty Bitty Hats I see here.
Oh,
in Itty
where?
Bitty Nursery.
Oh.
Yeah. Our friend
didn't-
Susan.
I didn't know she had a book called Itty Bitty Hats.
I think we've had that one, no?
Have we really?
Um,
An Itty Bitty Nursery?
I don't know about Itty Bitty Nursery. I'm going to have a look at that with you. here.
Ooh.
All right, so location is everything, Barb.
Yes.
And we're just leaving Woollen Wicker here. And we're walking down to the wharf.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful marina and a harbor just down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a lot of these buildings here were used in movies. This one, the Stevenston Drugs, and that kind of tower was used in a movie.
I don't know if you can see very well because it's
Very
so bright and sunny here. What a beautiful day to be out and about. Hey Barb.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Where are we today?
Today we're at the Pacific National Exhibition
Right, for Knit City.
for Knit City.
Yeah, and it's
It's a beautiful day in Vancouver.
a beautiful humid day.
Very humid. It's been raining for the last couple of days.
Yep.
The day before that it was really sunny. But it's nice and well, it's pretty here.
Yeah.
Lots of
trees
trees are turning color and
Yep.
it's going to be a gorgeous day. We're looking forward to helping Holly out at her booth,
Yes.
launching 5 new patterns.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
And we'll see what the lineup is when we
Yeah.
get around the building here.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
they're lined up. Excitement abounds.
Here's the lineup. It's around the building.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Here's Holly's beautiful booth. She's completely reorganized it from last night. Hi, Holly.
Hello.
Oh, man. Show us the new collection really quick, Holly. Okay. Okay.
So we have the lumberjack mitts
Right.
and an iconic Canadian plaid.
I love the fact, Holly, that those are plaid. Cynthia and I went on a class on how to learn how to knit plaid. And so when we saw your design, we just thought, oh my God, this is perfect. Perfect timing.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
I can
I'd be
hardly-
curious to know if it's the same technique.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I have to knit those next.
Yes, yes, you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
lodge blanket,
Yes.
and it's based on a log cabin design.
Right.
So it's modular knit, and then it's felted a little bit at the
Right.
end, and it's just got such a beautiful hand. The epic is so beautiful.
It is.
Nice
Thank you.
graphic
Yes.
print
Yes.
too. I love the colors.
Thank
Yeah.
you. This is the Pyramid Lake pillow.
Right.
And it's a stranded pillow, and then on the other side, can we see that?
Yes.
It's got buttons, so both sides look great.
Yes.
You can decide which side you like the best.
Perfect. Yes.
And we have an entrelac blanket. This is called the Laurentian,
Right.
and in sort of a gradient of grays for the epic, and then a nice pop of the gold.
Good.
And this is the Stargazer shawl,
Right.
and it's a large crescent shawl to totally wrap yourself up in and
Right.
take a look at the stars when you're out at the cabin and
It's
cozy
so
up around the fire.
Yes.
Oh, and there's my phone telling me some more people have arrived.
All right. All right. The doors have opened, and the people have started to come in, making a sale, and people are admiring the socks. It's so exciting. This is a huge, huge, huge event, and the booths are awesome. Totally awesome. We'll take a walk around in a bit. All right, so we're making new friends, meeting lots of fun people here at Knit City. So this is
I'm Jaden from Midnight Cravings in Saskatchewan.
perfect. And so you've got a podcast.
I do. It's Pearl Up and Die on YouTube, and my username is Little Prairie Pearl. Yeah.
Tell us what you're wearing. What's your scarf?
This is the Hohi Locatelli 3-color cashmere shawl, and I just used like a Knit Picks Hawthorn for the white, and then the beautiful coral is the River City Knits kaleidoscope colors, right? And the vermilion blush gradient. Yeah.
Dyed by Krista from Rain City Knits here in Vancouver. Yes.
Is she still around? Is she still dying? Because she's disappeared for a while.
I think so. We'll have to go and see if she's got a booth here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's beautiful. Yeah. So love it. It's not itchy at all and squishy.
Introduce us to your friends.
Our friends. That's my sister. Right there, Tara.
Yes.
And Kim.
Yes. Tell us more about Kim, because she pulled out this really amazing crocheted lamb out of her bag.
Yes, Kim is, my sister and Kim have a business together called Not So Cute Design Shop. They're crochet designers. And so they have, between the two of them, probably close to a couple hundred patterns now of like beautiful shawls and toys.
Nice.
And,
yes.
Yeah, they've been doing it for quite a few years.
Yeah. We're gonna get Kim to pull out that lamb. Hang on a second.
Adorable.
Yeah. Kim, will you pull out that lamb again for us?
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, he's so cute, and it's crocheted, right?
Crochet, yeah. It's a mixture of felting and crochet bobbles because I like the different textures. And yeah, what else?
Where's your pattern available?
Oh, it's available on Ravelry under Not So Cute.
And what's it called?
I think it's the Woolly Lamb, and I know I should know that, but I have 119 designs now.
And are they all crochet?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I just learned to knit this spring. I love it. Wish I didn't put that off,
well,
but
stay crocheting.
I
okay?
will.
We
Thank
love,
you.
Yeah, we wanna
Oh,
have lots of crochet
yeah.
patterns.
Show crocheters love, guys.
Yeah.
It's coming a long way. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
love the
Pleasure
lambs.
meeting
Nice
you
to
guys.
meet all of you guys.
Yes, pleasure meeting you guys.
Excellent. All right. Julie Aslan, my hero.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi guys, very
Hi.
happy to be here today.
Yeah. We're at Knit City, and you have a huge booth.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Yarn.
Yes. Yes. What's the top selling yarn today?
Well, here it varies from places we go to.
Yeah.
But here in BC, I'm going to say DK for sweaters.
Yeah.
Nurtured does really well too. Our woolen spun one.
Yeah.
A little bit more rustic natural.
Yep.
Does really well. But we're just happy to be here with all the knitters. It's really fun to be spending time. Yeah.
And you brought your husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Over there, wearing a wonderful cowl.
Okay.
You can go and ask him a couple of questions too.
And what is this, Julie? What are you wearing on your head?
Yes.
So it's called Origami Top. It's by Lori Versace. Versace knits.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm using in Ectos or merino cashmere silk base worsted.
Oh, that's
we did 2 half skeins that we've put up as one skein, and then that's what you need to knit the half.
Right. With Barb's been filling up that yarn. Yeah. And she's,
Yes, I've been coveting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's very luxurious for accessories, and it's a pleasure to knit with.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. Oh, thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
And hi to everyone. Happy knitting.
Hi.
You guys were looking at Pom-Pom magazine. She had it. So I talked to Susan.
I guess.
And you got really
That's such a pretty sweater design. We had more compliments on that.
Thank you so much.
Sold us all kinds of Pinot
Good,
yarn.
good. Our
How did you-
Pinot is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. With this design, I really wanted the check pattern, and I wanted to find an easy way to do a check without having to do a crochet over to do the vertical line. So and I thought it was with the 2 colors that it was just perfect, the green and the purple.
We've had people tell us that it looks like Morris code.
Yes, and I
Have you
agree. I agree. We should make up a nice message with it.
Yeah,
we
that's
should
a good
invent
idea.
a nice
Yeah.
message.
Well, you
Yeah.
probably knit something into that subliminally.
Oh,
and
maybe.
And you don't even know it.
Maybe.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you speak into the booth?
Hey, it's Anne Bunn
In the
and
flesh.
Cindy. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my goodness, Anne.
You
You
look
are
so
totally tricked out in pink and rose.
I
Look at you. Look at you. Wow. Skirt, shawl, sweater.
I'm rocking it today.
You are. Tell us what you're wearing.
I'm wearing, let's see, the scarf is called, it's a shawl for Anne by Susanna I.C. that was designed for my 60th birthday.
Nice.
Nice. And then the sweater is called Old Quicksand by Heidi Kestrel. And the skirt is called Traveling Pleats by Ann Budd.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Yes.
So, and where else can you wear all your knitwear and not feel like a kook? You know. So this is great fun.
Yes.
Good to see you,
Good
girls.
to see you.
You're having a fun time?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
It's kind of nice at a retreat, right? And how about you, Cindy? What's your favorite booth?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many.
There's so many. I can't choose. That's not fair at all.
Yeah.
Not fair at all. It's wonderful to be here. I can't believe it.
And the weather's kind of nice today, too.
Okay, it's raining right now.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
But we brought an umbrella, so we're good.
The trees are all changing color. Did you notice that?
To let you know, I'm wearing Joji Locatelli's Party on My Needles. And I'm sporting Ann Budd's Tavia skirt right here.
Oh my gosh.
So
beautiful.
everyone can wear a skirt, especially an Ann Budd skirt. They're the best.
Yeah.
So are you guys having a great day here?
We're having a lot of fun. We've been talking to everybody about our new pattern collection that Holly designed for us. So you got to go check it out. There's some really nice pieces.
Oh, great. Well, show me where they are.
All right.
And Barb, you should show these guys the yarn that we're bringing for the Knit for Fun retreat.
The ancient art from Julie.
From Julie.
Oh, from Julie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we're bringing in Fino. Okay, well, we're bringing in this one. This is brand new for us. This is Lizu DK.
Oh, wow.
And we think it'd be great.
And make a beautiful skirt.
Wouldn't it make a nice skirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're picking some really nice shades that we think will, some grays and some blues.
How about some purples?
Oh.
I hope you picked this one.
You know what? I did. That's her brand new one. This is Odyssey. Yes, we have this coming.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so we have to put Cindy down for 5 skeins of this.
Okay, yeah, you can totally do that. Put me down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make a beautiful Ann Budd skirt right there?
Wouldn't it? I mean, that little bit of silk gives it a lot of shine, right?
And it will give it really nice drape and sass.
Yeah.
When you walk.
Wait a minute, we don't need any more sass.
You guys are sassy enough.
Can always have more sass. That's beautiful. Definitely put me down.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. This one's pretty too.
Yeah.
Just like
So, this is Felicia Lowe from Sweet Georgia, and we were just talking about the prismatic kits. Yeah. So, what's the inspiration behind this?
So we really wanted to kind of expand on our Party of 5 idea. We came out with these mini skein kits maybe, I don't know how many years ago, and they've been really, really popular, but we also wanted to be able to offer like a wider palette. So this is just like the first palette that we've provided, which is kind of like a rainbow kit. And so you get a color wheel, 12 hues, it's 12 hues in a box. And yeah, it seems like a small amount of yarn, but you can actually do quite a lot with it. So we have here a baby blanket that we've knitted in it. You can combine it with another full skein and then make a big shawl project, or you can use these as accents and different things. But yeah, we wanted just to give people an opportunity to play with color, try different things, and this is new for us to figure out if people even want anything like this. But yeah, it's been really, really popular. So we may be doing more things like this in the future.
I love the packaging.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we have like an amazing team at Sweet Georgia, and Teresa came up with the idea of this packaging, and yeah, it's been fun.
Want me to hold that?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So, Barb, we're here at Ting Tan Knits.
We are, yay! Our favorite pattern designers.
Yay!
We have Alexa. And you have a brand new pattern out, right?
I do.
This is more of a recipe almost than a pattern. So this is Strange Brew, and it's a bottom-up sweater design where you can design your own Fair Isle yoke. And we've done all the math so you don't have to, and you can just plug and play and make it your own.
Well, that's so nice, because I think that's kind of one of the hardest things is to figure out sizing.
Yep,
right?
And it has 25 sizes, so I'm sure you can find one that works for you. And when in doubt, just knit a little person size to start.
Right. And you've done a special kind of like wedge sort of thing on the yoke,
for the more advanced knitter-ish.
Right.
Yeah, so if you want sort of more of a vertical alignment, then you can go with the wedge design.
Now, if somebody says to you, well, I just want to knit one, you already have the pattern done too.
We have a few Fair Isle yokes, but yeah, the Dog Star is our newest pattern. Hold up the sweater. So the Dog Star is our newest pattern, and we basically used the Strange Brew pattern to design this yoke. So we chose these charts, but we've got it written out just the way all of our patterns are written out, so no mystery. You'll get exactly this.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, for the last year, we've been selling nothing but 9 months of knitting for the little Grandpa sweater.
Grandpa all the time. It was our first sweater design, and it is still our most popular sweater design.
Yeah. Well, you guys, you know, hit a, what's the word? You hit a...
You did an amazing job with your design.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the fact that someone can knit from 0 to 6 months through to 4XL,
yep, 4XL.
I mean, it's just a brilliant concept. So thank you so much for making fantastic patterning. Awesome. It makes our job selling yarn so much easier.
Anytime.
Oh, Cynthia, look, here's Jane Richmond. I'm telling you, we are so lucky to be here at Knit City because we've managed to run into all of our favorite designers. Jane.
Hi, it's so good to see you guys.
I know, it's so good to see you too. Oh, okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Okay. Can you hear her now? Okay. So, Jane, you know, we wanted to ask you a little bit about this pattern, West Coast Cardigan, because, you know, we think that this would be so nice for some of our customers. It's a lot colder in Edmonton.
It sure is.
Than it is in Vancouver. And so we thought maybe you could just tell us a little bit about kind of like what inspired you with this one. It looks very British Columbian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the inspiration was really the Cowichan sweater. Mm-hmm. So this was meant to be sort of an ode to that, but not a replication. So it's I wanted an outerwear jacket that was sort of felt like it had that vibe, but that it was not.
Didn't have totem poles on it or anything.
Well, no, and it wasn't impeding on the tradition because it's a very sacred tradition. So this was sort of to get that same feel. It's an outerwear type piece. It's a sweater. It's warm enough to wear as a jacket. Cut through the wind and that kind of thing. And then the patterning on it is really just what came from swatching. My swatch ended up looking a lot like one side of the sweater, and so I just held it up to me and I just loved the look, so I thought, well, this will be the sweater. So it really was just a fun project that I wasn't anticipating turning into a written pattern. Really, I wasn't. But people were really excited about it when I shared it on social media.
Yeah. And it's just so Canadian. I think with
it's
being
fun.
Our 150th birthday, you know, it's kind of a nice thing.
I know, and I wasn't even meaning to time it, but it seems really well timed, and a lot of yarn stores are doing knit-alongs or teaching classes for it because it's very fitting for our birthday. So yeah.
So what yarn did you use for that?
So this is the Briggs & Little Country Roving.
Okay.
And I highly recommend using that particular yarn. I'm not really a stickler about substituting for other patterns. I recommend it. There's so many fun yarns out there, but for this pattern in particular, this is my go-to. I really feel like if you want this result, you use that yarn. Yeah.
Okay. We don't
and it's a
carry
wonderful yarn.
Yes,
Yeah, you don't carry that yarn.
We don't.
No,
we don't, but I
it's
think
so
we need to-
worthy.
we
It's
have to
so
look into
worthy.
it.
Yeah, it's really soft. I think a lot of people, it comes in a bag and a big cake, and I think people kind of tend to think of it as scratchy or rough. It's so soft and lovely to work with, and it creates a really light garment. You know, that is you know, sturdy but light.
Yeah. Do you think there would be anything else that would be close? Like we carry Magnum Chunky.
Okay. I mean, all those
big
chunky, those would all work. They really would, and they'd look exceptional. Yeah, but I just
it's the rusticness.
It's
of this,
the yeah.
isn't it?
You won't get quite the rusticness, but they'll still be beautiful. So you know, work with what you've got. There's so many beautiful yarns.
Yeah.
So
do you see a hat or a cowl or anything else coming out with this sort of?
You know, I thought about it, but I think my focus would really be, there's been a lot of asking about children's sizes and men's.
Oh, right.
So if I were to do anything in the realm of this, it would probably, that would come
the
first.
Sizing. Gotcha. All right, well, thank you so much, Jane, for spending a few minutes with us and
so
chatting
good to
about this
talk to you,
design.
ladies, and see you again.
Okay.
It's always the highlight for me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, nice.
Hi.
Grocery girl. Oh, are you going through what you bought?
I'm doing a bit of a yarn show.
Yeah.
And
what did you get a gauge?
So lots and lots of gauge dyeworks. Because I think her yarn is very special.
Yes, us too.
I got some shawl and 4 pairs of socks.
Yay! Hey, did you see anybody selling biscotti?
Yes, I did.
Who?
I don't know, but I've seen people. Who's selling biscotti yarn?
Beehive.
Beehive
Oh, there's
Workshop.
another
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yes, lots of people have been buying that.
Tell us about your sweater.
Oh,
Because we
it
were
is-
just with Jane Richmond.
Do you like it?
I
This
love
is
it.
Veronica by Shanika.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love it. And I would knit another one in a minute.
So is it seamed at the side then?
It has about 7 inches total seaming. This little bit here.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it.
That's
it's
it.
One piece. It's like an origami masterpiece.
What did you make yours out of?
This is Barrett Woolco Wisconsin woolen spun. So non-superwash wool.
Nice.
Very nice. I love it.
Yeah, very springy.
It's super squishy and light.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's a big piece, but I have to say it's very light to wear and cozy.
That color's beautiful on you.
Thank you, Barb.
What are you guys doing today?
We're having an amazing day. It's busy and everybody's in knitwear and it's just so fun to meet everybody.
And tell us about this new logo. Like, oh my God.
I know, how fancy, right? So we have a logo and it was designed by Eldon, who we love so much. And we just feel like it's so thoughtful. He totally got us. He's got our grocery cart and the little smiley faces because we just are so happy with knitting and yarn and all those things. We love it. And the colors, we just think are fabulous.
Well,
So it makes us really happy.
Yeah,
We love it.
I'm so happy that you finally, unveiled this because it's been a.
Today's the day. We've had it for months.
While, right?
I have the worst time keeping secrets. This has been a secret for a long time. So now I just want to slap it on everything and wear it all the time.
Yeah.
So we have pins and we're giving everybody pins with
I know. We just got.
it. Do you like it?
Yeah,
Thanks for
I
wearing my
love it.
pin, Barb.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Cynthia. Hi. Look who's here. I have Kim with me from Flock Fiber. We've heard so much about you, Kim. From Tracy and Jody, and so we're talking with Kim about some of her yarns, and maybe we can get her to do something with our shop. So tell us a little bit about what you've got at the show today.
Yeah, for sure. I think probably our most popular yarn is the Take a Hike sock yarn.
Okay.
It's an 80% merino, 20% nylon sock yarn. We do lots of speckled and semi-solid colorways.
Oh man, that's pretty.
It's Peach Pit. Yeah.
Peach Pit. Yeah. Perfect name. Perfect name, right?
We do the same base on sock blanks as well.
Oh, so you have blanks too. These are fun, right?
Yeah,
People
it's a
like
fun
them
way
lot?
to be able to paint with some of the colors. Yeah.
What base is this?
It's the same one. It's the Take a Hike sock base.
Okay.
So it's the 80% merino, 20% nylon.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we do mini skeins as well for with our sock yarn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take the same kind of colors and then just package them up
either
together?
as a gradient or a lot of the multicolored ones are gone. Have been cleaned out, unfortunately. But we do gradient sets and multicolored sets for little pops of color in products. Yeah.
Do you have other bases that you work with as well?
Yeah, we do. We have an MCN base down this way.
Oh, okay.
Also a BFL sock that's blue face Leicester nylon instead of the merino.
That one's a lot stronger, right?
Yeah, it is stronger. It's great for socks and just a little bit more durable than the merino, which is nice and soft, but not quite as strong as the BFL.
So what would you say is kind of like your thing? You know how everybody has their own kind of thing? What's your thing?
Yeah, I think our thing is vibrant colors, and vibrant colors that you can mix and match together in different combinations. We try to have sort of a palette that works together so that you can pick and choose several of the colors and put them together in one project.
Right. So kind of like the fade shawls and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we love colors. This is one of our patterns here out of the DK weight. It's a blanket pattern, and so it has several speckled colors used together.
Right.
And then the one semi-solid to try to, tie them together a little bit.
Yeah. And it's a neutral in essence, right?
Yeah.
So
we do quite a few neutrals alongside the bright colors. I think they're a nice way to kind of balance things out and have it not be all, sort of overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for chatting with us today.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Cynthia. Guess who I'm with today? Oh, who? Okay. I'm here with Carolyn Sommerfeld from Ancient Arts Yarns. Carolyn's the one that dyes our hat trick hockey yarn for us, as well as take a look at the span on this booth. I mean, there must be, now I'm just guessing here, but 4 skeins deep, let me guess, 3,000 skeins?
60 feet long.
60 feet long.
And I have no idea how many skeins.
And she has no idea. Okay, let me tell you, there is a shitload of yarn here. And it's amazing. Every single one kind of like makes me quiver. When you take a look at some of the speckles on here, by the way, I was just here 2 minutes ago trying to sell Inuit art and Eiffel Tower to these 2 ladies. They probably thought I was crazy. But look at this. Lichen in my crevices. Yes? I can relate to that.
Anybody my age can.
Anybody your age can.
Oh,
yes.
You bet.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So Carolyn, we kind of wanted to chat with you a little bit about kind of yarn and dyeing, because we often get asked questions about hat trick, for example, like how's it going to knit up? And how do you get these colors so accurate, because you do an amazing job on that. And so I thought maybe we could ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, hat trick is a labor of love.
Hat trick's a labor.
And so is touchdown, because all of my family were sports fans, and every time that I go and I look at these colors and I dye them, I think about my dad cheering and my mom pretending to like his team, and my husband and his passion for his riders and that sort of thing.
That's right. Dan loves Saskatchewan, doesn't he?
He does. He's made me go to a football game with a watermelon on my head. I tell you, that is love.
That's love.
To go with a watermelon.
Yeah.
So, of course, there's that love in those colors.
Right.
So my dad was a dyed-in-the-wool hockey fan, and so that had to go in
there,
too.
What team was your dad's?
He varied over the years, but mostly once Calgary got their own team, he was a Flames fan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, big Flames fan, but he was pretty much, if there was any Canadian team in the playoffs, then he was for them. It was good.
Yeah.
He was not too fussy on that matter. He just loved his hockey.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about that, because that's got to be tough. When you take a look at hockey teams in particular,
yes,
a lot of them have red in them, a lot of them have gold, lots of blues. How do you do that? How do you get so...
The goal for each team was to make them capture the spirit of what I could see in the jerseys and the fan base and so on. So when I was designing them, we sat there with a number of computers up in front of us.
Yeah.
We went and we looked at fan websites, the NHL websites, we looked at the jerseys, we looked at what seemed to be selling the best, and then we talked to actual sports fans about which one exemplifies the team for you, and then picked the colors from that. And the colors had to make sense in yarn so that when you knit it, it would be attractive. So Chicago is a good example of how we had to do something to make the yarn work for a knitter and still capture the flavor of the team. So we left the logo out of that one, and we went with, actually, they had a beautiful series of socks that they had done for the team. And we actually based it on the Chicago Blackhawks socks.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And so then from there, it's carefully color matching the jerseys. So what we would do, initially we had hats, and we worked from the actual hats.
Right, yeah.
And then, like I say, color corrected monitors so that we can make them look as much like the jersey. And I will sit there and I'll tweak the dye milliliter by milliliter until I get the recipe figured out. And then work on how to get those layers of dye on the yarn so that they're still exciting when you knit them.
Right. And how do you figure out proportion? Because, you know, some skeins have, say, 3 colors in them. Then there's like New Jersey, I think, that just has 2, right?
Yeah. So again, it comes down to knittability, and it comes down to when you look at the overall uniforms of the team, and I usually try to go by the home colors. What's the proportion of the color in the team's overall picture of their outfits, not just the jerseys, but, you know, the trousers and the skates and all the rest of it. And from there, then we try and proportion it on the yarn, but doing some math to make sure that when you knit it, it will have its own unique pattern.
Right.
So they will all do something different. The two, if there's more than one red and black, they won't knit the same because you want your team to be distinctive.
Right.
So when you do your socks by gum, your red and black socks will not look like the other red and black team.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's getting the reds right.
Okay, so yeah, red is not red, right? There's the Calgary red, and then there's the Montreal red,
and the Ottawa red,
and
the Chicago red.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going on and on and on, and every red is different. So you've got scarlet red, and you've got cherry red, and you've got deep red, and you've got the ones that have a touch of blue in them. So there's a lot of tweaking. It's not just red dye. Some of them have 9 different colors in them to get the depth in there properly.
Oh my God.
And I'll put it on in layers too, because you want that. It's a hand dyed, it's a kettle dyed yarn. This is a uniform that's been worn and loved thing going too. So Minnesota's a good one. Minnesota, which jersey to choose? Well, we went with the one that's antique-y and classic and aged a little bit, so the colors are beautiful and distinctive and fun to wear.
That green is amazing. And then to have that little tiny dot of red in there.
Throws a little excitement in there, some contrast, you know. Again, it keeps it interesting, and then when you knit it, it does fun things.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's another one where you've got that color flash in there, and so it'll do neat things when it patterns.
Yeah.
But again, it's not going to do nasty big pools. So yeah, I have a lot of fun designing that, again, with the knitter in mind, but also I want it to feel like the team.
Do you ever find that, you know, weather, are there any sort of, you know, natural things that play havoc in dyeing?
Totally naturally things that play havoc in dyeing. So our dye studio is based in Calgary, Alberta, and our water comes from the Bow River, which is glacial fed. So you've got water coming out of the mountains. And a lot of Calgarians are very unhappy because our water is hard as rocks, but it also has a lot of really intriguing mineral content to it. And as a dyer, you can use that. So some of the colors are dependent on Calgary's water to get that warm undertone to them. But what'll happen is sometimes there's some variation because if you get a big rainstorm or it's spring runoff, it changes the mineral content.
Right.
So then you got to be tweaking your dye recipes to kind of, oh my God, the kick is not there in the red. Well, fuchsia. So there's a lot of tweaking behind the scenes depending on the season that it's dyed.
Right.
That's
So I guess there's no way that we can convince you to come to Edmonton then.
I don't know. Can you import my glacial water?
Oh. She can be bought.
Potentially, yes. It's all about the water.
Carolyn, just want to say thank you to you. Thank you so much for creating such a beautiful line of yarn, for being such an incredible dye artist. We're just so thankful and grateful that you're part of our team and our
I so appreciate the opportunity to have a venue for this because this is my passion. Yeah. You know, I was an accountant in my former life, and accounting is interesting and exciting because I like math, but this is my passion, and I get to put it on something and see people turn it into something that's their passion, and it's so exciting.
Yeah. Well, Cynthia, any other questions that you have for Caroline? No.
I think we have to go buy some yarn now.
Okay. Yes, I see a few skeins of Inuit art left here. Yeah, I'm scooping those real quick. Okay.